Hello everyone, Silentium here. Today I'm guiding you through the cool, melancholic cosmos of Cowboy Bebop, an anime that feels like a smoky jazz riff cut into celluloid. Directed by Shinichiro Watanabe and produced at Sunrise, it blends space western grit with noir fatalism and a soundtrack by Yoko Kanno and the Seatbelts that doesn't just accompany the images, it defines them. Series composition came from the late Keiko Nobumoto, whose understated human writing lets the show's loners speak in glances and silence as often as words, while character designs by Toshihiro Kawamoto and mechanical designs by Kimitoshi Yamane give every silhouette an instantly recognizable swagger. In Japan, Cowboy Bebop first appeared on TV Tokyo in April 1998 with a partial broadcast. The complete uncut run aired later on WoW from October 1998 into April 1999. In the United States, it landed on Adult Swim starting September 2nd, 2001, where it became a late-night legend and a gateway drug to anime for an entire generation. Strictly speaking, Cowboy Bebop is a single-season story told across 26 sessions, but many viewers experience it in two movements. So for clarity, let's call them Season 1A, Episodes 1 to 13, and Season 1B, Episodes 14 to 26. Season 1A is the invitation, a rhythm of standalone cases that establish a found family of bounty hunters drifting between hunger and hope aboard the starship Bebop. We meet Spike Spiegel, a former syndicate man who moves like water and hides a past that keeps catching his shadow. Jet Black, ex-cop turned small-time bounty chaser, nursing old ideals and older wounds. Faye Valentine, a gambler with debts and missing years. Ed, the feral hacker prodigy. And Ein, the data dog who sees more than he says. The strengths of this first stretch are obvious. Immaculate style, confident world building that never shouts its lore, and a genre elasticity that dashes from heist to horror to slapstick without losing its center. If there's a criticism, it's that the early going can feel episodic to a fault. Some viewers crave an arc that moves faster, and a few of the capers resolve with a shrug rather than a crescendo. Yet even the small episodes carry lingering moods. Lonely jazz clubs, empty refrigerators, a flower shop's doorbell echoing like a heartbeat that accrue into something quietly devastating. Season 1B tightens the noose. The past that Season 1A merely sketched begins to speak in names. Vicious, Julia, the Syndicate, and the series' cool detachment warms into tragedy. Faye's search for a home becomes sharper and sadder. Jet's stubborn code collides with the compromises he fled. Ed's childlike freedom shows its limits. Spike's myth turns into a choice he can no longer dodge. This half contains the show's most daring tonal shifts, elegiac bottle episodes, philosophical mind scramblers, and finally a ruthless two-part coda that resolves the story with a gunsmoke sigh instead of a cheer. The strengths are undeniable: audacious direction, musical storytelling at its peak, and character studies that linger long after the credits. Weaknesses? Some arcs, especially for Ed and even Faye, can feel curtailed, as if the show intentionally withholds the neat closure we've been taught to expect. The result is thematically consistent. Life rarely gives clean endings, but it can frustrate those who want every riddle answered. Everywhere you look, music is the bloodstream. Kanno's big band explosions, moody torch songs, and avant-garde experiments don't just decorate scenes. They define them, from the brass snap of Tank in the opening titles to lullabies that make the stars feel like streetlights outside a deserted diner. If you watch the Japanese version, the naturalistic performances match the show's restraint. In English, Steve Blum's gravelly Spike, Bo Billingsley's weary warm Jet, and Wendy Lee's brittle bright Faye turned the dub itself into a cultural touchstone. Visually, the show's late 90s cell animation carries grain and texture that digital work often polishes away, and remasters highlight just how carefully the lighting and color design sculpt mood. On the other hand, the era shows at the edges. A couple of CG inserts age less gracefully, and action staging, while usually balletic, occasionally leans on quick finishes to make airtime. Historically, Cowboy Bebop's broadcast story matters. That initial trimmed TV Tokyo run in 1998 gave it a slightly haunted reputation in Japan, until WoW aired the full series late that year through spring 1999. In America, arriving on Adult Swim in 2001 amid the network's experimental after-hours vibe let Bebop become an emissary for non-kid-friendly anime. Jazzy, melancholy, and comfortable with silence. Its movie, Knockin' on Heaven's Door, released in Japan in 2001 and later in US theaters, slots narratively into the latter half of the series and expands the canvas without breaking the show's closed loop. Whether you watch the film during or after the series, it plays like an extended, moody session that luxuriates in the characters' rhythms. So why does Cowboy Bebop endure? Because beneath the cigarette smoke and bullet ballets, it is a story about people orbiting the gravity well of their own histories, trying to pay the bills while dodging the past. It's about hunger and habit, about how the jobs we take to survive can keep us from the lives we want to live. Its philosophy is soft-spoken. You can't run forever, You can only choose how you face the thing behind you. For some, that quiet existentialism is the point, the reason the series can be rewatched like an old record. For others, it can feel like emotional distance, a refusal to deliver catharsis on demand. Both reactions are valid, and both are part of Bebop's spell. If you're new, start from the top and let the first half's case of the week cadence teach you the band's sound. By the time the second half hits its darker notes, you'll hear the harmonies. If you're returning, you already know. Every rewatch reveals a new bass line hiding in the mix. A throwaway line, a framed photo, a whisper of harmonica as the ship glides past a scarlet planet. That's the thing about Cowboy Bebop. It's cool, yes, but it's also tender in ways coolness rarely allows. It looks at drifters and refuses to laugh at them. It loves them, then lets them go. I was Silentium. If you enjoyed this deep dive, hit like, drop a comment with your favorite session, and subscribe for more long-form anime explorations. See you, Space Cowboy.